за вакантный титул IBA.PRO Intercontinental в супертяжелом весе. Добро пожаловать с поясом чемпиона, промоутер, директор IBA.PRO Ал Сиеста и супервайзер Сергей Курсанов. Добро пожаловать в черный угол из Нигерии. Он носит два прозвища: ночной нигерийский кошмар и железный кулак. Встречайте, Соломон Адебайо!
Well, there is the title that is on the line tonight, the IBA Intercontinental title. And here is a man who is fighting for it. And again, if you're a fan of IBA boxing, this man needs no introduction. Was last in the ring on an IBA Champions Night in September at the National Gymnastics Arena in Baku. I was ringside to commentate on that contest. He lost a majority decision over 8 rounds over Jackson Murray, the boxer out of Australia who was nicknamed White Chocolate during his time in the gyms in America. We added to his craft. Those two towering heavyweights produced a terrific contest in the Azeri capital of Baku. That was back in September. It's his first outing since then in the boxing ring. And this man, let me tell you, it's like a truck. 14 fights, 13 wins, and of his 14 fights, and of his 14 fights, all but one of them have been ended inside the distance. A 93% KO ratio. The IBA.PRO bout not going on to his professional card, so he remains an undefeated professional. And he's in search of his first IBA.PRO win here tonight after that majority decision reversal against Jackson Murray of Australia in Azerbaijan last September. Solomon Adebayo of Nigeria up into the black corner.
Пожаловать в золотой угол ринга. Боксер из Таджикистана! Davlat BOLTAEV!
What a reception for Davlat BOLTAEV, the man from right here in the Tajikistan capital of Dushanbe. An absolute hero, an icon of the boxing ring. His fervent fans who are in attendance here tonight. And the bespectacled figure into the sight of his adoring fans here now. Davlat BOLTAEV, 2023 Asian Games gold medalist in Hangzhou, and qualified him for the Olympic Games in Paris last summer, and he came away with a bronze at heavyweight. Terrific run through to the semi-finals where he lost to Laziz Bekmurzajonov of Uzbekistan, the eventual Olympic champion. But this man, a quick-fisted, nimble-footed fighter, possessed a beautiful ring craft. There you see his perfect record on the IBA professional stage.
Представляю вам официальных лиц.
Undefeated record, I should say,
Сергей
because he is
Курсанов.
2-0-1
Судьи у
on
ринга
IBA.PRO
оценивают
now.
титульный поединок. Мансур Мухиддинов, Дмитрий Болдырев и Семен Стахеев. Судья-хронометрист Нияз Мир Папаев. И с ударом гонга рефери Сергей Журкин. Представляю вам соперников и первого боксера в черном углу. Ему 27 лет, его рост 195 сантиметров, а вес 115 килограммов ровно. Прекрасный профессиональный рекорд. 14 побед, включая 13 громких побед нокаутом и ни одного поражения. Дамы и господа, из Лагоса, Нигерия, не знающий поражений. Соломон, нигерийский ночной кошмар и железный кулак ADEBAYO. А вот его соперник в золотом углу ринга. Ему 26 лет, рост 187 сантиметров, вес 112,8 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд. 4 победы, включая 2 победы нокаутом, ни одного поражения. Из Душанбе, Республика Таджикистан, также доселе непобежденный Davlat BOLTAEV.
Well, there is the president of the IBA, Mr. Karamova, on the right of screen. Sergey Jurkin brings both boxers together for the final instructions. Well, the tail of the tape will confirm it, but you can see that Solomon ADEBAYO enjoys a towering height advantage of some 10 centimeters over Davlat BOLTAEV. But Davlat BOLTAEV, the accomplished operator, Olympic bronze medalist at heavyweight last summer at the Paris Olympic Games, 2023 Asian Games gold medalist in China, in Hangzhou at the back end of 2023. Competing in his 4th IBA.PRO stage, 4th contest on the IBA.PRO stage here tonight. Ringside in April of last year at the Sports Palace in Almaty, where he came away with a split decision win. The Sagindik Toganbai. And last time out, here in Dushanbe, as recently as May, scored a 2nd round win over Zachary Serge Amugu. Terrific display where he shook up the man from Cameroon repeatedly, dislodged his mouthpiece on several occasions. And the man, well, he's been put under pressure early. ADEBAYO mentioned the fact that he's not been in the ring since last September and doesn't want to get caught cold while he's working off the ring rust. 10 centimeter height advantage enjoyed by the KO King Solomon ADEBAYO. 14 fights, 14 wins in the pro ranks, 13 of them coming inside the distance. And if he hits you, you stay hit. But his timing just seems a little off at the moment. Put on the end of a right cross, he slid down the black corner turnbuckle. And my goodness, that's a wonderfully picked right hand by Davlat BOLTAEV, and I'm not sure that ADEBAYO is going to beat the count. He has beaten it, gamely got back to his feet. But BOLTAEV on him in a flash, and has proved to be a really good finish. He jumps into the canvas for the 2nd time, into the delight of this capacity home crowd here in Dushanbe. I think it's going to be an early finish because Solomon ADEBAYO is not going to beat the count. And that is why we are experiencing jubilant scenes here at the Tennis and Water Sports Palace in the Tajikistan capital of Dushanbe, because Davlat BOLTAEV has made short work of Solomon ADEBAYO, the KO King, who has scored 13 inside the distance victories in his 14 wins, has been KO'd here by the quick-fisted accuracy of Davlat BOLTAEV. His fans giving him a rapturous standing ovation at the conclusion of what was a really quick, efficient victory over the man from Nigeria. Karamova nodding on approvingly as to what he has just seen from the 2023 Asian Games champion and Olympic bronze medalist. Continues to build momentum on the IBA professional stage, and my goodness, isn't this his home venue a happy hunting ground? Back-to-back wins inside the distance here at the Tennis and Water Sports Palace in Dushanbe. Got his man out of there in the 2nd round in May, and he's gone one better here. Successful defense of his IBA Intercontinental title. with the head of IBA.PRO Boxing, Mr. Al Siesta, just presenting that belt for the videographers, capturing these images. Distinctive Tajikistan flag flown ceremoniously up in the stands here by this capacity crowd. What a performance BOLTAEV has produced. Solomon Adebayo, after that lengthy absence from the boxing ring, not given any opportunity to get into it. Taken out in the opening round. Now draped beneath that red, white and green flag is Davlat BOLTAEV. Now we heard Mr. Umar Kremlev say in the build-up to this contest that if BOLTAEV or his compatriot Bahadur Usmanov get their man out of there before the end of the fifth, they'll be presented with an apartment. That would have been the case for Adebayo, of course. Here's the verdict.
2 минуты и 8 секунд первого раунда. Одержал победу нокаутом и, оставаясь не знающим поражений, стал чемпионом IBA.PRO Intercontinental в супертяжелом весе Davlat BOLTAEV, Tajikistan.
The capacity crowd dialing up the decibel level to maximum here at the Tennis and Water Sports Palace in Dushanbe. Davlat BOLTAEV, a first round KO winner. Let's listen in to the president of the IBA. So, well, let's listen in to Davlat BOLTAEV as he addresses the crowd.
Я хочу выразить слово благодарности нашему лидеру Пешвой Милад Мухтарам и Умари Рахмо. و محترم رئیس شهر دوشنبه رستم اومالی. Огромное спасибо за данную возможность, все, что Умар Назар делает для меня, для всех боксеров. Вам спасибо, это мало, я просто слов благодарности, как вы сказали. Ма Азора Ахмад мегум ки да тинҷиву оромонӣ ҳама хеле возможностиҳо дорем. Ма Худова шукр мегум. Ма ами бой бояд то панҷум раунда нокаут меши. Вақте ма фаҳмидам муҳтарам раиси шаҳр ҳамҷа мешавад, ма наметонистам далши дом то, ма бояд якум раунда тамом мекардам. Я боксом не так давно занимаюсь. У меня, когда на Олимпиаду ехал, в общем было 12 боев. И мало кто верил, меня верил тренер, федерация также поддерживала. Я когда-то тренером был на тренировке, я сказал, тренер, я не знаю просто, как это получится. Но я вам обещаю, что я олимпийскую медаль принесу. И я это сделал. Также здесь присутствует президент Федерации Мирза Алиев Комир, Мухтарам Раис Шах, Рустам Эмомали, а также международный президент Ассоциации бокса Умар Кремлев. Я также перед вами сейчас обещаю, что может не сегодня, не завтра, но скорым временем тут будет пояс чемпиона мира всемирная. Я вам обещаю. Я также хочу поблагодарить свою команду Центр прогресс бокса, где я проходил свою подготовку. Передавали моего тренера, который сначала со мной и до сегодняшнего времени, какие трудности бы не были. Огромное вам спасибо, Бабаджанов Али. А также всем, кто поддерживает. Спасибо большое. Акай Берус, Аматонда Рахма. Бачо, Азор Рахма.
Davlat BOLTAEV.
So to the victor the spoils. Davlat BOLTAEV posing with the IBA president, Mr. Umar Kremlev. We take a look at some of the action from what was a brief heavyweight contest. ADEBAYO showing signs of ring rust. Ring rust, wasn't able or allowed to get into his own flow. Club to the canvas twice in the opening round, right hand doing the damage. And the second time he was unable to beat the count. The IBA president stated in the build-up to this IBA.PRO evening in Dushanbe that the winners of the main contest here tonight, if they get their opponents out of there before the 5th round, they will be gifted an apartment. And my goodness, hasn't BOLTAEV made sure of that? You saw him presented with the keys to his new castle by the IBA president, Davlat BOLTAEV, a first round KO winner. He has that IBA Intercontinental title in his possession. Our Fiesta doing the honors of strapping it around his